We are previewing UFC 152 here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're joined once again, as always, by Nick Kalikas, professional MMA oddsmaker and consultant for DSI Sportsbook. And the third fight we're going to talk about is Brian Stann and Michael Bisping. Now, Stann is a plus 150 underdog here, and I'm thinking that might have some value, especially if you, maybe take him by knockout. He's got a puncher's chance, and Bisping probably does have a technical advantage. But I see this being very competitive. Stann might knock him out, and I think that might be a good bet. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think if it ends in Stann's favor, that's how it's going to end. He's going to knock Bisping out. So it's very tempting. I set the line around where it is now. So all three fights that we've discussed today, actually, there hasn't been a lot of movement either way, which is a little odd at the at this point, because usually we see some line movement right away when they do hit the sports book. So all three lines have held steady, including this around 2-1 minus 180 right now for Michael Bisping. I do give him the edge though everywhere. I mean, he can, like you said, he's a little bit more technical. So on the feet, he can outpoint Brian Stann, but I do think Brian Stann is more dangerous. We've seen Bisping been rocked before in the past.
Sure.
So Stann can definitely rock Bisping there and end it, like you said. So it's a tough one to bet because I think that if Bisping fights a smart fight, he should pretty much control the fight, even get some takedowns. I mean, we don't really see Bisping shoot for a lot of takedowns, but I think in this fight, if he mixes it up and fights the way he can fight, he's the more talented of the two fighters, and he has more ways to win this fight. He can win by decision, by the outpointing. I don't think he's going to stop Stann by knockout, but Bisping does probably have a little bit of underrated power, so it could happen on the feet when they're exchanging like that. But again, you either take Stann, I think, by knockout here, or you take Bisping by decision. If you think he's going to knock Stann out, maybe go that way, but I doubt it. I would stick with probably Bisping by decision here.
Right, and then maybe go the other way, Stann by knockout, and one way or another you'll make some money.
Yeah, Stann by knockout. Like I said, I think it's, for me personally, I'm going to stay away from this fight because I could see it going either way. So there's going to be, I'm sure, more action coming in on Brian Stann because a lot of people are going to think that. And then we'll see some action balance it back out with Michael Bisping as well from the technical decision type of better.
I mean, Stann is kind of like a pretty popular fighter with Americans, right? I mean, so I would expect you to get like a decent amount of action, maybe closer to the fight on Stann and bring this.
Yeah, definitely. But Bisping, and Bisping's a heel too, to mention it. So I think a lot of the squares out there, they're just betting based on characters.
Right.
They're going to probably go on Stann as well here. But you know what happened was he did get a lot of respect off of that Sonnen fight. I mean, he took Sonnen to the wire. A lot of people believed that he won that fight. So I think you're seeing the line kind of stay up this high because of his wrestling. He showed a lot of improvement in that aspect of the fight. And I think that people realize that that's Brian Stann's weakness too. So that's why you're seeing him have the slight edge. Again, he mixes in maybe a couple takedowns, controls a little bit more, does a little bit of outpointing. And realistically, the only way Brian Stann can win is by that knockout. So it is going to be competitive. Like I said, man, I would stay away, or maybe dog money TKO Brian Stann.